We had the Dalai Lama come to the Capitol a few years ago. Afterwards, he greeted the members and asked, who's the person that works on the unfortunate people, the poverty, and people pointed to me. So he said, keep up the hope that we can make the world a better place. I come from a family of 10, and I had really strong parents that were supporting us and working in the community. All of us were taught at an early age to help other people. Feeding poor people. We actually work in the East San Jose area with Cesar Chavez's organization. I met Cesar Chavez when I was like 10 years old. Something my parents taught me, that people are human beings, and we had that drilled into us here at Bellarmine. The summer before I attended Bellarmine, our house burned down. I basically had to work my way through Bellarmine. My parents talked to the people here, and they worked out a financial arrangement where we pay a check once a month. So I helped contribute to my parents to pay my way through school the whole 4 years I was here. During the summer, I ended up picking tomatoes. I ended up working in the Central Valley. I got to see social justice issues from a farm labor perspective and the discrimination that occurred. So I was very, very into the farm labor movement in California in the 60s with Cesar Chavez and what they were trying to do to get justice for farm workers. I was on the football and track team, and I did drama and other things, but I had to go to work. I know that other people had jobs as well that were paying their way through Bellarmine at the same time. Was not discussed too much. It made me kind of look at myself as a little different than some of the students here. I talked to a lot of the priests about it. The Jesuits, of course, understood this feeling I had, emotions I had. I didn't know what to do about it, but then I said, I'm going to dedicate my life to public service. And people ask me, when did I decide? Well, I think I decided here in this school. I visited 24 state prisons while I was an elected official, and I always asked the wardens, how many foster youth are here? What percentage? It came down to about half of the people in the state prison have been through the foster care system, which is a huge failure on our part. So it motivated me to continue being the leader on legislation related to foster youth for 14 years. And the system is much more improved. We reduced the number of foster youth by 50% now from what it was 15 years ago. You have to have a faith if you're going to work on these issues, because most people say no matter what kind of programs you can establish, no matter what kind of setups you can have to help people, they have to have hope and they have to have faith and they have to look to God to help them get through the crisis. Like we did when we had a fire in our household. And like, what were we going to do? I remember we went to our church and just prayed, the whole 12 of us. We all went in there and prayed. I remember my dad crying. The first time I saw him cry was after the fire. So you have to have the faith in God and the belief in that there is hope and that He will help you. All that I have and possess, you have given. 3 days before my last day in the office, they asked me to give the prayer. And I gave that prayer, the Ignatian prayer. I was taught that here at the school. The Jesuits taught us that. It's so good when you talk about giving your life and your love to God and letting Him do what He wants to with it, surrendering it.